Welcome to the first episode of this series, where I'm going to show you how to use every single operator in Rainbow Six Siege. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Sledge and Thatcher, the two first attackers. Taking a look at Sledge's guns, he has the M5 shotgun and the L8 AR. Personally, I like to use ARs on offense rather than shotguns, so I use the L8. And taking a look at Thatcher's guns, he also has the M5 shotgun and the L8, but in addition to that, he has the AR-33, which has decreased damage and capacity than the L8, but increased fire rate. Now, this is all up to preference. I prefer to use the L8 still, but you can use the AR-33 if you want to. But they're pretty similar. So first, we're going to start off with Sledge. Now, what Sledge does, he pretty much just has a sledgehammer, and you can use it to break soft walls, right? And of course, soft floors. Now, one valuable trick with Sledge is creating vert holes, right? Basically, what a vert hole is a hole on a wooden roof where you're gonna look down, right? Say the bombs are downstairs, which I think they are right now. Let me check.
You located a bomb.
Yeah, say the bombs are downstairs, right here. A valuable strat with Sledge is creating vert holes, like this, where you can see underneath the floor, right? 4 valuable vert holes I like to create are these ones right here, including the hatch, right? The hatch isn't really a vert hole. I guess it is. But these are the 4 main ones that I like to use because you can see underneath you. And you want to make rotation holes as well to get around the map. You can create other vert holes over here to look down on your opponents. But one thing you want to make sure of is that you never walk over these vert holes, right? So I have my rotation hole right here. I never want to have a rotation hole right here where I walk over the vert hole, right? Because then I'm vulnerable and the enemy can shoot me. Even if just for a split second, you never want to walk over the vert holes, right? Say I have a vert hole right here and I need to go through here. I don't even want to expose myself right there. I would rather create another hole right here just to rotate, even if it takes a little bit more time. Now, another trick on Sledge is using his frag grenades. You can use his frag grenades on the floor and hit him underneath you, right? Here's an example. Let me show you. You can do that and then hit it below and break any sort of electronics or deal damage to people, because when you do this and you hit it, that was a bad example because it went through the vert hole, but it goes below, right? And because the bombs are right here, they're in a very vulnerable spot. Now those are the 3 main tricks that I like to use for Sledge, are pretty much just vert holes, the frag trick, and just make sure to never walk over your vert holes, right? Because then you're very vulnerable and open. But Sledge is a good operator overall, and he's a good option to use when you're starting off the game. Next, I'm going to be showing you how to use Thatcher. Now, Thatcher has an EMP grenade that can disable electronics. He can disable electronics such as cameras, proximity alarms, nitro cells, and even anti-hard breaching devices like Bandit's Shockwire and Kade's Electroclaw. He can also disable Pulse's cardiac sensor and enemy crosshairs. And what you're going to want to do is, as Thatcher, is basically play his EMP grenades through walls. That's a good way to use him, because as you can see the radius radius. That goes through walls, and anything in that radius, of course, will be deactivated. But a valid strat to use as Thatcher against Bandit or Cade is to use his EMP twice with a hard breacher on your side, right? So if you have maybe an ace or a thermite or whatever kind of hard breacher on your team, right? If you place the EMP, just the EMP by itself, just one, then the Bandit or Cade might place their utility back on the wall so you can't breach it, right? So what you're going to want to do is get your teammate to hard breach right as you place two, right after each other, right? So that one's going to go off, and then that one. And if your teammate times it right, the enemy can't do anything about it, and you're right in, right? So he's also good to use with Sledge, or like I said, any hard breacher. You can use his, if the enemies are downstairs, you can use his EMP grenades from the vert hole. But he's a pretty basic operator. Other operators also have the EMP as their secondary, except it's not as powerful of an EMP as Thatcher's, because that's his main ability. But he's a valid operator, especially with good teammates who play hard breachers or whatever. But yeah, he's a valid operator. So now I'm going to show you how to play Sledge and Thatcher in a real match and show you what it looks like. So of course, for this strategy, we're going to want to go upstairs and make sure to watch out for any roamers like this Caveira right here, because when they see you making vert holes or just happen to be roaming upstairs, it's very easy for them to kill you while you're making these vert holes. It's also valuable to set up flank cameras so that you can see where the enemy is. But anyways, we're going to use a frag strategy like before. As you can see, I get an easy kill. It's also good to set up your drones down there so you can see where the enemy is. And of course, another roamer. We're just going to make more vert holes on the other bomb, right? Right there. Kill. And then I'm going to drop down and finish it off.
Mission successful.
And after that, now we're going to move on over to Thatcher. So of course, with Thatcher, you're going to want to use his EMP grenades wisely, because you only have 3 of them. And a nice tip here is to always shoot when you see an enemy's feet underneath the barricade, because you can get an easy free kill. And I see this guy around the corner. I'm going to shoot him. Throw an EMP in there to disable any electronics there could be. Gonna defuse.
Op 4 last stop standing.
And I see there's one enemy left. He could be on stairs, so I throw an EMP there. But then I see he's over there, where my teammates just died. So I'm gonna throw an EMP and then swing him to the left and wait for him. And there we go. Hope this video helped you guys learn how to play Sledge and Thatcher. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll stay tuned.